last night, John King of CNN in South Carolina, North Charleston Coliseum.
She says you asked her, sir, to enter into an open marriage. Would you like to take some time to respond to that?
No, but I will. I think the destructive, vicious, negative nature of much of the news media makes it harder to govern this country, harder to attract decent people to run for public office, and I am appalled that you would begin a presidential debate on a topic like that.
This, of course, coming from a man who opened every single press conference in 1997 and 1998 that he could possibly have by talking about the affairs of a president, a sitting president, Bill Clinton. This is a man who, through the height of hypocrisy, as we know, it gets even more and more hypocritical what Newt Gingrich did, because he was having his second of at least 2 affairs at the time that he was judging the president, as allegedly trying to get his wife to have an open marriage with he and his newest fling. For Newt Gingrich to complain about the media, if he wants to use the media when he wants to use the media, he's got to also suffer from it. The other part of it that is unbelievable is he called the media the elites. This is a history professor. This is an educated man. This is an author. This is a very, very wealthy man, as we have now seen. For him to call anybody else elite, it is the elites calling the elite elite. And here's Gingrich again, continuing why he's so pissed off at CNN and John King for asking this question. Clip number 2, Jesus.
To take an ex-wife and make it 2 days before the primary a significant question in a presidential campaign is as close to despicable as anything I can imagine. And I am frankly astounded that CNN would take trash like that and use it to open a presidential debate.
Speaker, this story did not come from our network. As you also know, it is the subject of conversation on the campaign. I get your point. I take your point.
John, it was repeated by your network. You chose to start the debate with it. Don't try to blame somebody else. You and your staff chose to start this debate with it. I am tired of the elite media protecting Barack Obama by attacking Republicans.
It's always by attacking Republicans. You know, when they attack Democrats, or when Newt Gingrich is Speaker of the House, again, I'm going to just hammer this home. If Newt Gingrich, as Speaker of the House, wanted to use what he refers to as the elite media to hammer something home, he sure was able to use it pretty well and pretty effectively when he was the Speaker of the House, when he was the hypocrite in charge of Washington at that time. He and Henry Hyde and his committee and Bob Barr and all those ugly people who were so much a part of not trying to use something, you know, as disgusting as sex and oh my God, how in the world can you ask about the private lives of a public figure? He said it's as close to despicable as you can get, because despicable is when you're the Speaker of the House and you're having an affair and you're judging a sitting president for doing the same thing. But we only know about the president. We don't know about you. And by the way, his friend Henry Hyde, who we brought up before, who was also the chairman of the Judiciary Committee that was investigating the president and who sat in as the prosecutors in the Senate trial against Bill Clinton, Henry Hyde had his own family that nobody knew about. He had a second family in Illinois. That's how much of an affair he had. The hypocrisy that comes out of the mouths of these people. When you hear Newt Gingrich talk about the media elite, where is he when he's talking about Fox making everything up? Where is he complaining about the media spending too much time? We have the issues of government here. We have the impeachment. No, we have the impeachment. Oh yeah, we have the impeachment. That's what Newt Gingrich is all about. The impeachment, the impeachment, the impeachment. So if he talks about how this is obscuring some sort of issues that he's having, no, he's having a good time. And I got to tell you, Newt Gingrich did really well last night in that exchange. You saw the people behind him standing up. Of course, in that hall, all you have to do is criticize the media. He got the first chance to do it last night, and he did it well, and he's done it consistently. His strategy has been unbelievable. At the opening of every single debate, all he has done is criticize the people that are hosting the debate. And I love at the end when he says, oh, and thank you to John King and CNN for hosting this debate. But the truth is, he's gotten a lot of points out of this, rhetorically and sort of in the posture that he's taken at these debates. And it's unfortunate because that is not about the substance that he is saying is being so obscured. So a lot of his popularity, a lot of his good debating skills have been taken from the fact that he is able to attack and successfully attack the host of the debate. It will change drastically if he is to be the nominee. If he is to go on and be the nominee, and you have these antiseptic debates that are hosted by nonpartisan forums where the audience is selected just from students and there is not a lot of partisanship in the audience, I mean, you're playing to the choir here. Anytime Newt Gingrich says something that is against the media, who's going to chime in? Everyone in that audience. They've stood up twice now. 2 standing ovations at a debate, and I've never seen one in my life. So Newt Gingrich continues the attack on CNN. CNN, after the debate, John King, who, by the way, it's a really tough position. I was thinking to myself, well, should they have waited? No, if they wait, everybody knows that it's coming. There was a debate earlier in this cycle where Mitt Romney, where they were asking about taxes, and Mitt Romney was not the first person called on. So they called on all the other candidates. Nobody could care less, you know, at that point, what Michelle Bachmann had to say about her taxes. Everyone was waiting for Newt's answer. So at last night's debate, knowing the news of the day that we knew yesterday, knowing, yeah, Rick Perry dropped out and endorsed Newt. That was not the big news. The big news was that Marianne Gingrich went on ABC and said what she said about the former speaker, which was that at a time in their marriage, he approached her and asked if it would be okay to have an open marriage. Newt denies that this happened. Marianne Gingrich said it did. I don't know what the story was, whether it was true or not. But the point is, John King had a job to do last night. Should he have gone in and asked it first? I kind of think so now that I've thought about it more. At first I thought, well, maybe he could have waited. Maybe he could have talked about Perry first. Everyone wanted to know the answer to this question, and every single person in that hall who stood up as if they were pissed off at the media would have been just as pissed, I'm sure, in their minds if they didn't get Newt's answer on this question.